Hello, 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 my lovelies. You know what today is, right? It is Wise Women's Wednesday. Wise Women's Wednesday. Who's here? Who's going to celebrate with me? I do want to say hello. I'm so excited about today's show. I swear, sometimes, you know, the show that you write or the things that you write about and the things that are on your mind are just for you sometimes. Hi, Cynthia. Good to see you. Deidre's there. Hello, Deidre. Nice to see you. I'm really excited about today. I mean, I'm seriously excited. That's why I said take notes. Hey, Tracy, there's Amber too. I love that you're all here, and I also love so much that you guys share this video. Hey, Liz, good to see you. As a matter of fact, we had some big time shares, but last week there was no contest on who won. You know who it is, right? Come on in. I'm going to share with you exactly why, and also how to be in the running for this little contest. You see, we promote a lot of things that we personally love and we think is really great. And one of those are Ava Jane's spices. I just love them. They have great spice blends. They have a bunch of yummy, good stuff. So I put together this little package of stuff because I just happen to have a lot of it. The Kalima sea salt, they do their own sea salt. This is their caramelized cacao and of course, their pumpkin spice blend, which is really on point. Let me just tell you something. Sarah Preston won this, hands down. Sarah Preston won this package of goodies, and all I can say to Sarah Preston is, you are lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing what this means to you and what these daily videos mean to you, because it touched my heart, it's touched my team's heart, and we are most grateful for you. Thank you for sharing this, and watch your mail because you're going to get all of these goodies in. Now, if you want to be the next Sarah on this, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. It's super simple, super simple. Are you ready? All you have to do is share this publicly. Say something about it. Say something. That's what Sarah did. She just, every single day she shared it. Every single day she said something about it. And not only does this help to put something into you, it also helps to help others around you. You know, we are that lifting tide. We lift all the boats when we're those people. So anyway, I'm like this close to being teary because it was so sweet and so lovely. And we get to do this for each other. Isn't that the funnest thing ever? I love it. Sarah, thank you. I really appreciate it. And I welcome anybody who's new here. What are you about? You know, what is this about? You're going, this is saving dinner. Well, you know, in 20 years of being in business, our business has evolved. Our lovelies have evolved. We have become more than just talking about cooking. Yes, it's important. Your food's important. Your nutrition's important. But so are you. You're a whole woman. You know, that's what we recognize. So we're calling our show The Daily Dish. And it's putting vibrancy back into your everyday life, heart, mind, body, and soul. That's what we try to do here. And that is our goal. And that's why you're here. So thank you for showing up. So let's talk about what's today. Don't forget, if you saw Saturday's conference, was that not off the hook? Marla and I got together, and I'm going to tell you right now, she and I brought it home. We gave you point by point by point by point what to do so that you can be ready for the holidays without the meltdowns, without all the garbage that usually comes with it, without ridiculous expectations, but instead looking at it, especially with our 2020 vision that we have right now, and I say that pun intended, you know, we have to look at things just a slightly different, and we brought it for you. Check it out, savingdinner.com/cruise, and I'm going to tell you, it's available for purchase even now. Even now, you're not too late. Don't think you're too late. We brought it out early so that we could help you early. Early's always good. I like early. So check it out, savingdinner.com/cruise. Our total joy to do this for you. We loved it. And also today, new supplement of the week. What? You know we always have something. And I shop always with a discount, always looking for the deals, always. That's how I do it. So I'm thinking that's kind of how you like to do it too. One of my favorite supplements is this. It's the Get Lean CLA. You know what I love about this? The latest research. You know what it says? Women who take CLA, it's conjugated linoleic acid, have smaller bellies, smaller thighs. They had me at thighs. I'm telling you, okay, sign me up. Just by taking this silly supplement. Who knew? Can you imagine if you're also hot melt sprinting? Put 3 CLAs, Get Lean CLAs in your cart. We will put the 4th one in there free for you. And if you put ships free, we will also ship it free to you as long as you live here in the United States. That is a screaming deal. We always do this. So check it out. Go to savingdinner.com/show, and there it is. You'll see it. I want you to get this deal. And also, you know, if you're putting the skincare in your cart as well, that's going to push you over the edge to be able to get our Pinkies Up cup. We send that to you free as well. Isn't that so cute? Who's got Pinkies Up? And if you're new, wondering what the heck we're talking about with Pinkies Up, it's our call to arms, if you will, as a community, that we're all in this together and that we are the lifting tide, raising all the boats. Because I'm telling you, the more we together as a community, the more collective we are together, and the more that we desire to raise each other up, the better things become. Our lives become richer, deeper, and more meaningful. That's what we do here. You know, speaking of skincare, look, there it is. Sarah Preston was telling how everybody, and there's the serum. The serum's like gold. This stuff is amazing, you guys. Your skin is going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous. Right now, we're waiting for our new batch to come in. We have very limited amounts of the trio. You can go to savingdinner.com/trio. You're going to get a 10% discount on that, by the way, by buying all 3 of them. Check it out. Put it on your, you know, this would make a great Christmas present. Everybody loves skincare. I'm obsessed with it. I've shared that before. We did the hydration station. The hydration challenge is next week. It is free. And if you want to understand and know why we hydrate the way we do, check it out at savingdinner.com/station. I did a quick, short and dirty webinar to kind of get you in on the whole thing. It's not just about the water. There's fiber and electrolytes involved for a very good reason. We're trying to drive that hydration in. And next week in our Hot Melt Sprint group, we're going with the Hydration Station Challenge because I want to see you all hydrated. Listen, when you're hydrated, you're thinking clearer. Your skin is clearer. Everything's clearer. That's just basically the whole point of it, right? So check it out. And then don't forget, on Friday, we have our Q&A, always. So send in your questions to support@savingdinner.com in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday, and I will tell you what, all over it. I will take your questions, whatever they are. I've even done my hair on a Q&A because, believe it or not, there are people who like this hair. And this is how I roll, you know. Why have a hairdo, right, when you can pull it back? So anyway, I hope so. Jennifer's saying she hopes the trio will help with the fine lines. It does help with the fine lines, but it's also an inside deal. Your collagen, some perfect paleo protein, bone broth, hydration, and skincare. And do that shampoo, rinse, repeat, and I will tell you, you're gonna have glowing skin. I think my skin looks pretty good for a 62-year-old broad, you know? But I take care of my skin with my nutrition. I take care of it with my skincare and the collagen and the hydration. It all works. It all works. So, today our subject is about being a wise woman. And what is a wise woman? Well, it's something that we always cover on a regular basis. Because here's the thing you need to know. Wise women are continually looking to raise the levels on their lives. They're looking for a way to say, you know, I matter, I'm important, and I need to fit into this equation too. We're kind of done with being steamrollered over by others and other people's agendas and all of that. We're on it to have a life that we want to live, the life we want to live. And have you noticed that when you pay attention, everything changes? Have you noticed that? That's what we're talking about today. And you know, when I was thinking about this, because when we live our lives on default and we're just constantly living on the subconscious level, and I've shared this with you before, Bruce Lipton, who wrote The Biology of Belief, said that most of us live our lives 90% of the time on this subconscious level of not even paying attention to what is actually going on in our lives. And all of a sudden, it's like getting in the car, driving, and then realizing, gosh, I don't even remember driving. I don't even remember getting here. But can you imagine living your whole life like that? That's on default. That's on a mechanism that's fine for cleaning toilets, but it's not fine for living a life on purpose. And that's what it's all about, is living your life on purpose. And when I was thinking about this whole idea of paying attention, I thought of the word pay. Pay. Have you thought of this word? To pay means to give someone or something money in exchange for work that's been done, goods received, or debt incurred. Or pay also means to suffer a loss or misfortune as a consequence of an action or an inaction. We always have to pay. There's always a time to pay up. There's that grace that we think that we can get away with and not this time, I just want to do it, or whatever. It comes back because there's a payment that's always made. So when I'm talking about paying, I want to talk to you about paying attention with everything that you have. Because when we pay attention to our lives become different. They become extraordinarily different. Because we're always paying in some form or another. We're always paying either with money, with time, with services, or we're incurring the consequence of not doing so. You know that. We know that. We all feel it very personally. So when we're inattentive, we're leading our lives without intention as well as inattention. There's no intention there. You can write everything down all day long if you want to. You can get into the weeds on what it is that you want. You can write stuff out in your journal all day long, but we've been talking about this all week. Without action, there's a simple reaction. And that reaction is knee-jerk sometimes because we don't pay attention to the time, we don't pay attention to the clock. Suddenly, we're behind the 8 ball and we're rushing off to do something. Living our lives like that is no good. And living our lives like that is just sucks the joy right out. Have you noticed? So what we want to do is we want to bring awareness into our lives by paying attention to the things that we want. It brings purpose. It brings meaning. It brings a self-satisfaction of what you want to have. So to become attentive is to connect with yourself. That's it. It's to connect with yourself. How do we become attentive then? How do we do this? Well, especially when we want something, when we hotly desire smaller jeans or whatever it is, a transformation in our lives even, we have to get into a place of understanding that we have different roles to play as we do this. Our quote of the week is so good because this quote of the week is from Tony Robbins. He says, "Where your focus goes, energy flows." And this is exactly what I'm talking about today as we decide to become wise women, okay? And I got a lot of this material from my Motivation Manifesto. This is a book that I'm reading again from Brendon Burchard because it's so good. And he had some observations in there about what we need to do and who we need to become in order to make this happen for ourselves. We don't just inadvertently make things happen. It's a deliberate process. Sometimes we luck out on that, but that's like going to Las Vegas and throwing it all on black and it just happens to hit. We have to be deliberate about this. We have to be deliberate. And there's different roles that we play in our lives when we start to do this. So I want to share those with you because this is gold, you guys. This is gold. This is in my journal. I invite you to put this in your journal. I invite you to ruminate and to really think about it. I've got several things, and it's part. All of this is also your alignment assignment for today. Okay? That's one of the things that we do. The first thing is you have to be an observer of your own life. I call it taking the 30-foot view, being a fly on the wall or whatever, but observing, what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? What's happening here? You've heard me say a number of times, sometimes when we have a situation and we're trying to assess what the heck just happened here, we have to unplug from the emotion. And I say that because without taking ourselves apart from the emotion, we lose our analytic capabilities. We lose our ability to really assess what the heck just happened because we're influenced by emotion and feelings and all of that. And when we're being led around by the nose, by our emotions, we don't have the objectivity that we need in order to make an assessment. Simple, right? Simple. We have the ability to do that. We can observe at any point because having the ability to do that puts us into a time-sensitive place because we recognize here comes this emotion, here comes all these feelings that I have about this certain particular situation, but I'm going to unplug from it for just a second so that I can take an observational view of what the heck just happened. I said something, they did something. What's going on here? It gives us an ability to pull back and to see what's going on and give a true evaluation without getting mucked up in the details. No knee-jerk stuff. Knee-jerk stuff doesn't work. Have you noticed that? Being reactive as opposed to proactive. Proactive puts us in the driver's seat. Proactive keeps us from being a victim. Proactive shows us the way of what we need to do next. Reactive does not. It just puts us in the victim place. And I don't know about you, I'm done with victimhood. Super done with that. Victimhood has never done a thing for me. Victimhood has put everything on the back burner. Victimhood steals your life. You don't have to be a victim if you choose to be a victor. So the first one is observation. This is the first place that we need to go, is into the place of observation and doing that 30-foot view. The second thing is we need to be a director. You know, what if you were the director of your life? What if you were the movie director and you get to direct the scene on how this is all going to go? What if that was how it all worked out? Because if you are the director, you can say to the main character, no, here you're going to be really unhappy. Or no, here in this part of the scene, when you're talking with your spouse or your children, you're going to get really frustrated. Or you can, as the director, you can choose to make the main character, that's you, the hero. The shiro, if you will, of the whole movie. That you overcome, that you take something with a grain of salt, that you are no longer the subordinate, but you are the director and the taker over of this whole movie. And you can make that main character absolutely bloom into the fullness of who she is. I love that so much because we are all observers of our lives, aren't we? We're observing what's going on in our lives. We're seeing what's going on and then we're reacting to it. If we're proactive though, and we're observing things from that observational place without all the emotional entanglement, and we're directing it, we get to be detailed on how we want our lives to go. We can live our lives intentionally instead of reactively. We can decide that the main character of this movie is a massive overcomer. She has become the woman she wants to be because of the things that she does in this movie. I see her. Do you see her? She is wearing a smile. She has chosen different things in her life than the old character did. She's no longer the victim. She's the victor. And that is the director's role, to make sure that she shines in every single scene. Are you the director in your own movie? I think this is gold. This stuff just lights me up. That's who I want to become. That's who I want to be. The other thing is that you want to focus on the fact that you're the lead in this movie. You're the lead. You're not an extra. You're the star of the show. You're the star of the movie. You're the woman becoming everything that you want to be because you're directing it. You're sitting in this director's chair and saying, no, not that, this. Don't say that, say this. Don't be negative, be positive. Don't put yourself down, put yourself up. Be the woman who lights up the room when she walks in. They see you and they say, oh, here she comes. Here she is. And that's because you're the star of your own movie, the star of your own show. You've decided in advance what it is that you want, and that is what you're doing. Focus. The other thing is you're the guardian. You know this, right? You're the guardian. Think about that ferocious mama lion that we always are. We all are. Are you that way toward yourself, toward your time, toward what it is that you're thinking, what you're allowing in? When we're guardians, seriously guardians, standing with flaming swords to the portals of our hearts, mind, and soul, because that's what we're talking about. Garbage food doesn't go in. You're a guardian. You're a guardian. You've got a body to feed. You got one body to feed. You're a guardian. You're not going to allow all that infestation, that putrid, that stuff that's outside. You're not going to allow that into your body. You're not going to allow it into your mind. Your mind is going to be the place where you gather the beautiful thoughts that are going to help you to live the beautiful life that you want. You're a guardian. You don't let garbage in. You don't let all this political discourse and back and forth and all of that. You don't allow that to overtake you. You don't allow all these people who want to take up your time and, hey, do you have time for a survey when they're on the phone? No, you don't, because you're a guarder of your time. You're a guardian. When we're guardians, we're fierce. We are out there on the front lines. Though you will not touch my child. There is an invisible barrier that is put up. Are you doing that with yourself? Are you doing that with your time? Are you doing that with your food, with your physical body and moving it in appreciation for the gift that God has given you? We're guardians. Now, if you let your guard down, I can't do a thing about that. But when you decide and you make that decision that you are a guardian with everything that comes into your peripheral, things switch quickly because it's now no longer worthy of your time, worthy of your consumption, worthy of your thoughts, worthy of your company. You're that woman, because that's what wise women do. They guard everything that's precious to them. Time, people, your habits, your routines, your rituals, they're all here to serve you, are they? They serve you. And if they're not, they need a reassessment. They need a reevaluation. They need a redo. That's not a condemnation. That's just the facts. You don't have to get all upset and start saying, oh, I can't do this. It's too hard. No, you don't. You have to just say, hey, I'm on this. Yeah, I see this. I see the places in my life where a little bit of this time is going here and the garbage is coming in here and I'm allowing this here. Fix it. We're not trees. We're not planted where we are. We can change our minds. We can alter our routines. We can alter our thoughts at any time. Just make that choice. It is that simple. It is that simple. And yes, Norma, pinkies up. Are you in agreement with this? That's when we pinky up, ladies. We say this, that this is hitting us in the heart. This is hitting us where we live. This is the woman that we want to be. Everything we consume, whether it's crappy food, crappy media, crappy conversation, gossip, whatever, it becomes a part of who we are. It becomes a part of who you are. This is the building blocks that you're giving yourselves if you're eating a bunch of crap for food. This is the stuff you're thinking about if you're allowing a bunch of crap into your thought process. This is who we become. So we want excellence only. That's it. Raise the bar. Raise that tide. Be that woman. Body, mind, heart, and soul. They're all affected. They're all affected. You know this. And then the other thing is, we're warriors, right? We're Amazonians. We stand strong. We stand fierce. We fight for what it is that we want. We are not afraid. We stand up to the garbage that's out there and say, no, you're not coming into my house. We stand up for the things that are important to us. We fight for them. We fight for them. We take stock of what's going on in our life. Is this what we want? Do I need to take back my life? We have a journal called Take Back Your Life. It's exactly for this whole purpose, to take back the things that we want. Warriors do that. They're saying, oh, no, you don't. You're not taking that from me. I'm taking it right back, and I'm going to fight tooth and nail for it if I have to. We're not afraid. We are bold. We're courageous. We're strong. We know what we believe. We have fierce beliefs. Let that fierce belief become fierce actions to stand up for your life and take it all back. You have the opportunity to do that. But not when you act in cowardice, not when you say it's too hard, not when you shrink away and say, I can't do that. I'm overwhelmed. I'm on the struggle bus. Stop buttonholing yourself, pigeonholing yourself into these corners. You're not. Again, not a tree, human being, able to exercise choice, able to make different choices than the ones that haven't served you and turn this whole thing around. Able to say, stop, I'm getting off the struggle bus. Stop, I'm not saying that about myself anymore. Stop, I am bold. I am courageous. I am going to take this to the next level. Unapologetically dedicated to the fierceness, the toughness, the courage, the warrior woman that you are inside. That is inside of you. Bring her out. It's time for her to come play. It's time for her to hold up her part of this world and to say, this is the little hill I'll die on, because it's important. It is critical. This is solid character. This is solid character in play. And then this wise woman is a lover. She is a lover of her own soul, taking the time to nurture herself, taking the time to create the life that she indeed wants to live, taking the time to stop and to meditate, to pray, and to love on all who are in her life, to offer an encouraging word, to offer an act of service or something that is going to lift another human being up, whether it's your child, your elderly parent, a woman in your group, whatever it is. We get to do that. And when we do this, we're lovers of our own souls, because that's nurture. What we give out, we get back. Amen? And then the last one is we're leaders. We get to lead with our hearts. We also get to lead with our words. We get to lead with our actions. We get to lead with our example. Our example is always there for an observation. Yeah, your husband sees it. Your family sees it. Your community sees it. What kind of a woman are you if you're not a woman of your word, of your example, of how you lead? We are all leaders in some way or another. Even if we're ducking away from that responsibility, we're still leading, poorly maybe, but I'm asking you to step up to who you are as a warrior, as a guardian, as a lover of your own soul, as someone who has made a decision for their life to get into the weeds, to say that you're worth fighting for, because you are. Wholly, devotedly, incredibly worth fighting for. We just need to recognize who we are as women. And we have to recognize that when we do this, when we get into the weeds like this, when we start paying attention to the women we are, who we are on the inside, everything shifts. Be that woman. That's right, Jennifer. Be this wise woman. Be her. Recognize those leadership qualities that you have, that you are the lover of your own soul, that you have the ability to be a guardian, that you have the ability to observe what the heck is going on in your life, and you have the ability at any point to be the director of what it is that you want. You're the star of the show. You get to direct how it's going to become. That's what I have for you. Your alignment assignment, see all these facets of who you are. And the one that lights you up, the one that says, yes, that's the thing that you need to write about in your journal right now. And start aligning yourself with these things. You got that? Please don't get burnt out and know to say no. Okay, yes, we all need to do that. But see who you are. Find out where you are. Find out about yourself. And this requires a little journaling, requires some self-reflection, meditation. It requires a little deeper dive into who you are. It lights your beautiful soul up, though, and it helps you to become that wise woman that you always want to be. I see it in you. And I'm holding space for you who don't see it in yourself right now. And I say to you this, that we're here. This whole reason we have this Daily Dish show is to help bring vibrancy back into your life. Heart, mind, body, and soul. And I believe with all of my heart that when we start to pay attention, we'll start to see it ourselves. Amen? Pinkies up. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you share this and say a little something about it with your community. We'd love to bring a few more lovelies in and take care of them, hopefully the way we were taking care of you. I appreciate every one of you, and I thank God for every single one of you every single day. I write little notes on your order forms when they go out. I write you little notes and send you stuff all the time. I do this not because I'm hoping to gain favor. I do this out of appreciation and gratitude for who you are and how much you've impacted my life. This is what we do for one another. This is the way it's supposed to be, because that rising tide lifts all the boats. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. You have no idea how much I love you. Peace be with you.